You know what the absolute best thing to do in Magic the Gathering is? It is to Cascade. But there's no Cascade in Standard, or so you may think. But then Etali Primal Conqueror enters the scene. It's a 7 mana 7/7 that casts the top card of each player's deck, which in my book is basically a Maelstrom Wanderer. Now, how are we getting there? We've got a lot of good ramp options in Standard currently. We've got for the Armoured Scrap Gorger, which is a decent ramp spell on 2 mana, but is also just main deck graveyard hate for all of the graveyard recursion decks I've been seeing. We've got Jugan Defense for Temple, not seen elsewhere very much, but gives us a ramp source, puts some counters on the creatures, and the flip side is surprisingly easy to activate, as we'll find out. We've got 4 Topiary Stompers, 4/4, enters the battlefield, doesn't do much, but combos with our Invasion of Zendikar. On turn 3 Stomper, turn 4 Zendikar, we can actually attack with our Stomper to deal with the Zendikar. Thanks Safanola for that combo. And then we've got 4 Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We get to play so much ramp. In order to get to this ramp, we're going to play 3 Play with Fire and 4 Volcanic Spite, just so hopefully we don't die before we can cast our big spells. And we have 1 Reckoner Bankbuster for some card advantage, but then what are we ramping into? Well, we only actually have 8 big expensive spells, because even the low mana spells are pretty good mana sinks. Fable of the Mirror Breaker draws us into some good spells. Jugan Defense for Temple turns any creature we have into something massive. And then we have the big boys. We have Etali herself, of course, cast this, find 2 things, and then sometimes we can even flip it up and try and poison someone out, which this deck can get mad value on the mana, so it's possible. And then we have a card you haven't seen much for, Invoke the Ancients. Now this does 2 great things in this deck. It's 2 great bodies that you can either have Vigilance to put some pressure on, or Reach in the Sky, or Trample if they've got a lot of blockers. This kind of does everything. Getting 2 bodies means you can play this, and if they're going to board wipe for 1 card, sure. We have a single copy of Looker Bound to Ruin, because we don't want to ever be stuck with 2, but it does ramp into Etali. It can destroy a board with Etali on board, and just put out some blockers if we need to. And if you want to look at some of the synergies we've got in our deck with Jugan Defense for Temple, well, Armoured Scrap Gorger and Invoke the Ancients modify themselves just for existing, so it's really not that far to get to 5 permanents to get that massive value. As for the mana base, we're just running Gruul Lands with 2 Boseiju, 1 Sakentan, and that is the main deck. Currently playing this just in best of 1 at the moment, so let's get into a game and see how it does. Alright, so we got ourselves into a game here. We have no early interaction. We've got 2 5 drops. So this could get there, but if they're just doing anything kind of aggressive, we're going to struggle. So I'm going to try Mulligan, and it's a similar hand, but we've got a 2-drop, so I'm kind of fine with it. I'm going to dump 1 of these away. Alright, we'll draw another Etali. Right on time, I guess. And an Underdog, which we are probably going to be reasonably have to kill, but we'll give them a chance to do something funky. So I will kill this, and we're going to loot away our Jugan, because Fable's still the better saga. We only need 1 turn 3 play. And I'm happy with the extra land here. Not happy with 2 extra lands, but that's what Fable's for. Liliana of the Veil. Pretty good. Goodbye, Fable token. So I'm going to get rid of this because it's not super good this turn. I'm going to do 2 extra lands. Yikes. I would have liked to have a 2-drop now. Oh well. Soul of Windgrace. Okay. So they get a land. They can do some funky things with them. That's fine. I would like us each to discard a card, which I'm pretty fine with. It's got a real card as well. Alright, so this is going to flip. We're going to get 2 Vigilant Creatures. Should be able to threaten this Liliana pretty well, especially because we can copy 1 with Kiki Jiki. So they have to discard a land card to get this indestructible. They only have 2 cards in hand, and Liliana's probably going to put it down to 1, unless they desperately want to kill one of these tokens. Alright, the Underdog's coming back. They just want to draw a card. That means this cannot be indestructible, which is interesting. I'm going to keep my Etali. It's probably the incorrect play. Alright, so we got the land. We can activate this if we want to guarantee the kill on Liliana. That's a lot into Liliana. I'm kind of into it though. So I'm going to play around with having 1 removal. So we'll attack like this. I'm pretty happy if they do something. Right, and then land pass the turn. 1 land away from Etali. Let's see if we get there. Alright, that's fine, you've done your job, Reflection. Okay, we'll sacrifice whichever one of these you like. And then do they want to trade? I would imagine not. They do want to trade. I mean, they can't make it indestructible, so I'm pretty happy to get this off the board. We don't draw a land, we do draw another one of these, so we can just put infinite pressure down here. They're dead in 2 turns unless they have something spicy, and starting with a tenacious underdog is not going to be that. Teachings of the Current. I have not seen that card in a while. I wonder if that's a real card or not. Will we get to cast Etali this game? That's the question. We will! Okay, let's see what happens. Cast Etali. Try and make some things happen. Top card of each player's deck. We get a go for the throat, killing their blocker. Not the best, not bad, but we will get another 4/4 as well. So we have a lot of pressure on. And another ramp. Titan of Industry, that's a pretty good draw. That's something I considered putting in this deck, but I just wanted to focus on Etali for this build, because 4/7 drops is already a lot. But I can't resist having as much Cascaders as possible. So they're going to go pretty wide, so we can't flip this turn. If we attack, what are we doing? So this has Trample. They can, if they block this, they take lethal. If they trade here, they block 1. Yeah. Do we have lethal? I think it's good to attack here. I'm going to let them figure it out. Yeah, that felt pretty good to me. And then we'll play our Saga. So they're going to flip their Saga. They get a 1/1 that might do some things later. Liliana make us sacrifice our 1/1. Unless they really want to discard a card. Not super impactful. Saga pulling its weight. Okay, so they're looking at double chump block right now. And we'll just go face. And Liliana's going to plus next turn, so I will just play my land. Alrighty, which mode are they going for? They're going to be going straight to reanimate. And get back. Titan of Industry. Titan of Industry is going to be pretty good here. And we draw Stomper. Not the best draw here, but thanks to our Defensive Temple, we're going to be able to make it very big. It did not want to discard, by the way. So we will take action. We're going to put 6 mana into this, because it's all we've got. Why not? Make a 10/10. Pass the turn. 10/10. Vigilance. And we get Etali. Let's see what it can do. Okay, so I would want those triggers to stack the other way, but we're here now. Let's decline for now. I probably should have put 1 counter on there just to get over this. Okay, that's pretty good. So we will destroy the Titan. And that makes them concede. So I would have liked to stack those the other way, but it's still got there. Etali value gets the job done. We don't have our combo, but we do have turn 2 Scrap Quarter, turn 3 Invasion of Zendikar, which is a ton of mana, so we're going to be pretty happy to keep this. We are going second, we don't have a ton of interaction, which is always scary, but we've got a lot of mana to catch up with. No turn 1 play from our opponent, but they are searching a red source. And no turn 2 play, so we'll just play our Scrap Quarter, which I am expecting to die here, but we have a turn 3 play if it does, so no biggie. There it goes. Cut down. Thanks for your service. I would like to kill that, but I'm not going to spend 3 mana to do so. So they're going to offer the trade here. I would like to cast Invoke next turn, so I'm not going to take that. And okay, we're not going to matter anyway. We've got our extra Presage, which is fine because they've got a Fable here. So I am just going to cast the Invasion of Zendikar. We haven't got a ton of things to do with it right now, but it's better than just playing with fire. So we've drawn a Etali, and we can cast it. So we could go for the safe play, Invoke the Ancients, play with fire, all of these shenanigans, but that's not what we're here to do. So we're just going to play Etali and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? It's definitely my famous last words. What do we get? We get a Stomper, which is pretty good, and a Cut Down. So we can kill the Reflection. Probably still killing the Reflection, even though it makes our Presage a little bad in hand. We'll probably have another Fable at some point, and we'll get a blocker and a ramper. So that's, I think, turned out better than our other line. End of turn, Etali is dying, but Etali's done their job, so we have no complaints. It's already basically drawn 3 cards with this. That's a pretty good one for them. That's going to make it pretty tough for us to get anything done. We will be able to kill the enchantment with the Seiju though, so not too bad. Okay, so we can just make 2 vigilant creatures. I think I'm going to kill this now. It's not likely to get much better. They can choose to sack both their treasures to get a 2/2, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Yep, seems reasonable. Okay, so they get to cast something from their graveyard. So they'll probably just remove a spell. But this is why this card's good. It gives us 2 bodies, so we kind of don't mind too much. Okay, they are going for an aggressive play, which is reasonable. They've got a lot of attackers. Or not? They're thinking about it. That's just to me they almost certainly just have to play with fire, which we kind of don't want to run into right now. So I'm just gonna let them get in for free. Or they might just want to do that as an onboard trick. Who knows? But that isn't the thing we were looking for here. I am gonna go for a Gorgia, and I will try and attack this. Hopefully they don't block with enough and we get to play with fire them. So they have blocked with enough, which is pretty fine. I'll kill this now. I'm definitely just holding this land for any of our loot effects. Shieldred's pretty good here. Let's see what we can do about that. So basically need to deal with Shieldred now. I'm gonna flip this. Let's see if we can't draw an answer. And we don't. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this deck, there's a deck list in the description. It's not going to be the best deck in Standard, but this channel is only Cascades, and I want to emulate Cascade in Standard best I can, so here we are. The only other option for that is Invasion of Alara, which is something in the back of my mind, but right now I'm settled to Etali, so thanks for watching, and take care.